You've got mail.
Welcome. Hey, everybody. My name's Nick LoPresti, and this is my take on AOL. If you clicked on this, you probably have some passing memory of AOL. And maybe that sound we were just listening to, that's dial-up. You know, it's just taking the news by storm. Dial-up is over, and we all thought it had been long gone, dead, forever, just a memory, just a distant, passing, ethereal dream that we all feverishly conjured up in our lives, when really this is all just a simulation that the lizard people put us through. But you know what? Whatever. As a 90s kid myself, I'm getting old now, and I don't really remember anything good about dial-up days. I don't think I got addicted to the internet until after we got DSL. But anyway, AOL, they're closing down dial-up. You know, that's hitting the news. And a lot of people are like, what? You're still doing dial-up? If you guys don't know, all those funky sounds we were just playing, that was how computers connected to the internet. You would plug it into the wall where the phone goes, and it would just do a bunch of beep boop sounds that get sent to some phone number attached to some other computer on the other end of the internet. And then they'd be like, okay, now we can talk to each other. And it would be slow as heck. You'd spend like a minute downloading a picture. So, you know, it was a lot harder to get illicit adult content back in the day. Something that, you know, Sarah wouldn't know about. And I didn't either. I was a good boy. I was a good Christian boy. But here's what's in the news.
Wait, so are you saying that you didn't use like AOL chat rooms and stuff?
I did, but I don't really remember it much. I mean, yeah, that was a big thing about you got mail. You got the AIM, AOL Instant Messenger.
You'd use that was still dial up. I remember like being in middle school and stuff and being obsessed with it.
Goodbye.
I remember it too, kind of, but I just feel like my dad was always on the phone, so I don't feel like when we had dial up, that was as formative as like DSL times, E-Bombs World, Flash.
Yeah, that was like the second installment.
Yeah, that was the second installment of millennial of 90s kids. Well, now early 2000s at that point on the net. But yeah, at first it was, you know, kids talking to strange grown-ups, telling them how old we are, what sex we are, and where we live. You know, ASL. What's up, dude? What's up?
I was always on my computer.
I mean,
always.
I was as much as I could. I didn't have a computer in my room. So, and my dad, he would, you know, he'd need the computer a lot for work. So it was, you know, it wasn't until I ended up getting my own computer that I went down that rabbit hole and things all, you know, the crap hit the fan. But before we do some commentary, let's go ahead and look at the headline. This is what we're all here for. AOL, they're pulling dial-up. And little did we know, a lot of people were still using dial-up. You know, it was before fiber, it was before Comcast, it was before cable internet, DSL. You know, I'm not sure how fast it was, but it sure weren't that fast. But yes, AOL has been evaluating its products and services, and they're like, oh, wait, we're still paying to give all these people dial-up? Who needs dial-up? And so they're pulling the plug. It's been going on since the 90s and early 2000s. And I think the deadline is September 30th. So if you're still running off dial-up, there's probably no way you're watching this video right now. But I'm sorry, you're going to have to find a new provider. And yeah, it definitely brings back a lot of thoughts, being a 90s kid, of what the internet was like and what we're heading towards. And, you know, it's kind of sad to see an old friend that you thought was already gone has now just reared its head and said, hey, I'm Audi 5000. You know, my favorite memory was the discs. Do you guys remember the discs, the AOL discs that you'd get in the mail, the free internet, the free trial stuff? I don't think I ever used one, other than I would go to the store and get a crap ton of them from a bin. They'd have, like, you know, you see Walmart, they have a pallet of stuff they pull out and you can dig through it. They'd have a bin of discs. Look at this guy. This is an article from 2002. I translated from German with Google. And this guy was complaining about all the e-waste of discs. Look at that. He's laying on all those CDs. And apparently I read elsewhere on another article that at one point AOL was making so many of these free trial download, install our dial-up dialer software. They were making so many of these CDs that at one point half of the world's production of CDs were AOL CDs. They were making so many of these for people to get addicted to the internet. And now look at us. We all are so addicted to the dopamine in our pockets, on our phones. It's ridiculous. And this guy looks like Ben in an instant right here. George Costanza laying on a pile of CDs. And it's ridiculous. And this guy says, stop it. He wants them to get rid of all these CDs. Too many. It's filling up landfills. You know, those Germans are much more eco-conscious than we are. But, you know, this leads me back to what I was going to talk about. That's what I remember, grabbing all these CDs. And Sarah said she remembered getting them in the mail all the time, all these free CDs. But I remember just grabbing them from the store. And apparently I'm not alone. I used to grab them and put them outside, string them up into trees and hit them with my BB gun. They were just fun targets to shoot at. And I scrolled through Google and found some Reddit results. This kid saying, as kids, we went to different stores and walked out with stacks of the CDs, and then we'd take them to the forest and they'd play capture the flag and throw them at each other like ninja stars. And apparently everybody loved getting these free CDs and just, you know, having fun with them because they're shiny. You know, I feel like I was a crow. That was my spirit animal. I just wanted some shiny metal object to play around with and destroy. I loved breaking things. I loved playing Ninja Samurai. I loved shooting them with my BB gun. And I think that's what we're really going to miss about AOL. Do you have any memories of these CDs, babe?
I think I had that yellow CD we definitely got ours in the mail. I remember that. Our family computer in like middle school, the computer was in my room.
Oh, Sarah was the keeper of the keys.
But my dad was always in there. I mean, me and my dad were close, but he was always in there playing backgammon till late. My brother still has an AOL. His actual email is still his original email from AOL, which is hysterical to me. And
he's a techie guy, and he's still on AOL. He still has an AOL email. And it's kind of crazy when you think about it. They got in on the ground floor. There was like such a rush of buying up domain names, and now everybody wants a short domain name, and they're hard to get. They're like $1 million domain names, and they have AOL. I mean, gee whiz. I can't buy LOPRO. I can't buy LOPRO.com. Somebody owns that, and that's 5 letters, right? LOPRO. And you still can't get that, you know? But yeah.
But we have our website's cool, madebyLoPro.com.
Yeah, madebyLoPro.com. Check it out. We got cool merch there if you're interested. By the way, if this is your first time watching the channel, I'm all about nostalgic stuff. If you haven't seen what I do, I'm all about film photography. Those are all cameras behind me on this desk, on this bookshelf. All film cameras, Kodak stuff, Fuji stuff, and I shoot film. I actually shoot film. They still make film. Can you believe it? Like, just like how you're like, whoa, they still do dial-up? Yes, they still make film. Fuji doesn't, but Kodak does. And in case you're also a like-minded nostalgia person, say you're archiving old family photos that are on film, you know, negatives and whatnot, and you're like, oh, look at all these memories. Look at how mom looked back then. Look at dad. Oh my God, look at Uncle Billy Bob. Whoa, this is so cool. If you're going through that and you're like, oh, this is going so slow with my Epson flatbed scanner, like, I got a tip for you. If you got a digital camera and you're archiving film, you're digitizing film, you got to get yourself one of these. This is the Essential Film Holder. It's a very simple design, and that just means there's less that can go wrong with it. It's these precision CNC laser cut plastic guides that let you feed film through this end, and it comes out this end. Sorry, I'm bumping the thing. I just really love this product. It's what I use to scan all my film. I still take photographs. I'm making new photographs on film. And it's got this layer of plastic that diffuses a light source. So you can put this on an iPad set to a white screen. You can put it on a light table, a tracing pad. And then you just aim a camera down at it, and the film is held flat and tight in this little window, and you take a picture of it, and then you can invert it in Photoshop or Lightroom or whatever you got.
If you had a tri-stand for your phone,
yeah, you can use a tripod with your phone. You can even use your phone. Okay. You don't need a fancy digital camera. So if you don't want if you don't need a high res picture or whatnot, you can just use your phone to focus on this. So This thing is a great product. It's got a bunch of different things. You see how these are like wing nuts? You can unscrew those, take this off, put on a different size one for different shapes of film, because there's 110 film, which is a smaller than the 35 mil. Anyway, if you need to scan a lot of film and you need something that's going to hold your film flat for you to take pictures of it, the Essential Film Holder, it's a great product. I really recommend it. It's $83 including shipping. It's made by Andrew Clifford in the UK. Check it out at clifford.co.uk/LoPresti. Here, let me pull it up over here. Here we go. Essential Film Holder for camera scanning. And I know /LoPresti. So what, Nick, you're getting a kickback? Yes, I'm getting a kickback, but I love this product. Go back. I have a whole thing about it. If you want to learn more about it, I have several videos on it. But it's a great product. I recommend it wholeheartedly and honestly. So if you need to scan film, check out the Essential Film Holder by Andrew Clifford at clifford.co.uk/LoPresti. clifford.co/LoPresti. Check it out. Get yourself a nice film holder. 65 pounds plus shipping, gets to your house. You get to put it together yourself. It's a fun little project. Anyway, but yeah, back to the CDs, back to AOL, back to what got us here. I mean, the 90s, they were a wild time. The internet used to be like a free and open thing. It was the Wild West. There was forums. Do you remember forums?
Yeah. In high school, I was a part of a like rock music forum with like a handful of other people. We were super cool. We talked about the Pixies and stuff.
Sarah
Sonic
was
Youth,
so much cooler than me.
Rush.
I never listened to cool music back in the day. I was too busy playing Nintendo, being a fat nerd. I was 230 pounds in 8th grade. Yeah, but Reddit remembers it. Sarah remembers it. I feel like as a 90s kid, you couldn't get away from it. The magic of the internet, connecting with people, and that was back in the days when kids still had to remember each other's phone numbers and call and be like, "Hi, Miss Westbury, is Patrick home?" You did try and call your friends, and you'd remember all your friends' numbers. And God, nostalgia. See, we're just on a little nostalgia trip, trying to feel young. But
if you asked me 10 years ago, I may have still been able to remember Jen's house number, like her old house number.
I remember Patrick's old number. Should I say it? We can bleep it. It was 4432. I said my best friend from high school. I remember his number. Now all I know is Sarah's number. Boring.
I know your number and my mom's number.
Yeah, I kind of know my mom's number. But yeah, I mean, it's the world we're in now, man. And like the losing dial-up was the start of just a downward spiral. And now people hardly even surf the internet. They go to Facebook, they go to the platforms, they go to these walled gardens. You go to Facebook, you go to Instagram. The boomers go to Facebook, the millennials go to Instagram, the Gen Xers go to Twitter, and we just go into these highly curated things where information is withheld from us, and they tell us that this is all you need to know. We're gonna curate your reality for you, and we're gonna get you addicted. And I sure am addicted doing this social media stuff. I'm checking all the time, see what people are commenting and see what messages, looking at the stats. And now I am more addicted than ever to this mean machine.
Did you ever watch that video with me? I don't remember who did it. But it was all about like, I don't know if it was the dead internet theory, but basically like after like 4 pages of Google, that's it. Like there's nothing beyond that.
God, I can't even imagine clicking onto the next page of Google. If it's not right there for me, I'm not clicking it. The first result is usually the first. It's ridiculous. What happened to Ask Jeeves? Somebody's got to take this whole AI thing and make a new Ask Jeeves now that you can actually have somebody that answers you back with real and thoughtful answers. But yeah, so what were we here for? AOL. AOL is getting rid of dial-up. And, I can't believe it was still around. An ancient relic. I'm glad that they were keeping it alive, I guess, but
can I tell you a fun story?
Yeah.
About way back when? Okay, not really about dial-up. Okay, so in middle school, Jen and I would talk all night on the phone on our computers, and my dad took my keyboard from me, thinking that I wouldn't be able to be on the computer. Copy and paste was a thing. didn't do anything. But I always thought it was
So-
really funny that he took the physically.
So you're telling me
took
to
it.
talk to Jen, you would be like, okay, you would find a thing, highlight, be like, right click, copy, and then paste it in.
Yeah.
So how long would it take you to say, I miss you?
I don't remember what, but I remember we talked for a little bit. Maybe it was mostly her talking, and I was just like, "Hey."
See, this was the resilience of our generation. Now kids with their skibbity toilets, the Gen Alpha. What are you up to? I mean,
think about like old phones, with the do.
yeah, you remember doing the
That's why things
3
were
clicks per
abbreviated.
letter? Yeah, I heard the old Nokia brick phone. I used to have one of those. I mean, it's nuts, the world we live in and where we've come from so fast. And like, it's scary thinking about what's coming around the corner. Like dial-up is going away, and we thought it's been dead forever. And now AI, like who would have thought like at the start of AOL dial-up that now we would be dealing with AI, deep fake, friggin' fever dream hallucination of ChatGPT. They can conjure up things that look photorealistic, real videos. You can't trust anything you see on the internet. Am I an AI? I don't know. I could be.
You were
This
not
could all
an
be a
AI.
simulation. I could be. Who knows? Just because I got a dog sleeping on the couch back there, that doesn't mean anything. I could still be fake.
So, question for you: your cell phone number, is that your original cell phone number?
No, I don't think so. I forget when I got this one. I've had mine for a while though, ever since I moved out of the house and paid for myself and got a real job and whatnot. I don't remember what my first one is.
My number is my original first number.
Sarah, dang. She's committed.
It's still a New
committed.
York
She can never
number.
change it. So if you were a friend of Sarah's in the 90s, or I guess the early 2000s,
It's
then,
the same number.
Yeah, dig out an old phone, see if you can dial her up.
I'm sure it's written in some yearbooks too.
Yeah. Hey, let's chill this summer. Sarah writes her cell phone number in the margins. But I mean, so yeah, dial-up is not totally dead, by the way. AOL is getting rid of dial-up, but I looked it up, and you can still get dial-up from NetZero, Juno, and Earthlink, apparently. At least that's what the AI on Google is telling me. So if you're a guy that likes, futzing around with vintage computers that don't necessarily have the drivers or whatnot to connect to modern internet, I don't know if that's a thing, but yeah, you could still get yourself dial-up, or say you're out on the farm and that's all you can get is a phone line. Dial-up is not completely dead. Just AOL dial-up is gone. And, say I sparked some curiosity and you're like, I want an old AOL CD. Well, guess what? I found this website, Ever Forthright. I don't know them at all. I just Google searched AOL CDs, and this person has a pile of AOL CDs. So if you want to relive those memories of shooting AOL CDs with your BB gun, you can go to this website, pick yourself up an AOL CD for $3. Or guess what? You can call AOL and get a CD-ROM to install AOL to get their dialer. Before they shut down their dial-up on the 30th of September. So you got a little bit of time. You can call up AOL. You call them up at 866-541-8233 to order the software. That's 866-541-8233, and you can order yourself an AOL CD for free. It takes 15 business days. So we're running out of time. Dial-up's going to be gone on the 30th of September. So everybody, call AOL. Get yourself a CD. Fresh, mint, brand new CD. I can't believe it. So many computers don't even have CD drives. I still got one. Listen to this. Okay, it got jams. But yeah, I still got a CD drive on my tower PC because I'm a boomer millennial. But yeah, obsolete stuff. It's leaving us. What the heck happened? Oh, I have a CD. I had a CD in there, so it started playing some copyrighted music. Good thing I stopped that.
What was it?
It was Harry Belafonte.
Yeah.
Harry Belafonte.
Yeah.
It was the Banana song.
Shake, 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 Sonora.
Stop. We're going to get copyright striked. We got like, Deo. It was that CD. It was the greatest hits. So yeah, now we've learned that you can still get an AOL CD direct from AOL. You can go to Net Zero, Juno, or Earthlink. I remember all those. You remember Netscape? Ooh, that was a thing. But what else are we missing? Tamagotchis. I mean, they're still swimming out there. 90s stuff. We could just go down a whole rabbit hole of 90s stuff that's gone. I don't know.
I saw a video of a girl the other day, and she had a Tamagotchi in her hand.
Is that the new? Are Tamagotchis the original Labubu?
No, I think Furbies.
Well, what came first, Tamagotchis or Furbies?
Furbies.
I don't remember.
I don't know. Let's look it up.
I just remember getting grounded, and my Tamagotchi was taken away for a week.
Die.
No, it didn't die, but it was covered in its own droppings.
They programmed Tamagotchis to just be covered in their own.
It would just, I had to clean up all its poopies.
Oh, gross.
Tamagotchis came first. They were released in Japan in
Really?
96. Furbies were released later in 98. Oh man. Now 90s history. We need a timeline, like just to show us all the different iconic 90s cultural drops that came out and
I
what led to
bet
what.
anything that Furbies were made in like the 80s.
You thought they were from the 80s?
Kinda.
Well, I remember them.
I mean, they
coming
had
out.
other
They
like
were-
weird animatronic teddy bears and stuff in the 80s. Maybe that's just what I'm thinking of.
Furbies banned from the White House. You remember this story?
No.
90s throwback, when Furbies caused national security fears. So like, okay, so we're off topic, but whatever. If you're into AOL CDs, you're probably into Furbies causing national security fears. In the late 90s, the U.S. National Security Agency banned Furbies on its premises over fears they could record and repeat top secret information. So like, how do they even operate today when everything has a Wi-Fi controller, everything has some type of internet connectivity, like, and all this tech is coming from China? Like what? We banned Huawei phones, but what's stopping all the other stuff? Everything's made in China. You're going to get yourself a keychain. Like, how are they going to... What do they do? They make you put all your stuff into a Faraday bag before you go to NSA? I don't know how they do it these days, but they were worried. And look, it's on Snopes. So Snopes is saying it's all bull crap. I don't trust Snopes. Snopes should get submitted to Snopes.com because they think everything's bull crap. I don't want to read this whole thing. But yeah, Furbies were banned from the White House. President Bush didn't want any Furbies listening to him plan 9/11. So...
I wonder what their electronic policies are at the White House. Because you're right. Everything's listening to you. Our TV, our stupid TV that I hate.
Yeah,
remember with the
smart
music?
TVs.
Oh my God. It was creepy.
Yeah, smart TVs are creepy. This is our first smart TV. We just had to get a new one because the last one died. And, it's ridiculous that
And
you
you
can't
can't
buy a
buy one.
TV with all that stuff. Well, I just want a TV with inputs, outputs, and that's it. But if you want a simple thing like that, if you want a dumb TV, you got to pay a dumb, stupid, high price. It's basically like a big computer monitor. So I don't get it. I don't get, because they want to spy on you. We're living in 1984. This is an Orwellian nightmare. And it all started with losing AOL. We should have just been ASL all over the place. It would have been a lot easier to just keep track of everything if it was all in an AIM chat log. But
No, that is really creepy now. Like,
so I don't know. I don't know what the
We're
world's
gonna-
come to, guys.
we're trying to go back to an old alarm clock to get our phones out of the room at night.
Yeah.
It's going to be something we're going to try here shortly.
Yeah, we got to try and unplug, guys. Try and touch grass. Try and break free of this endless, vicious cycle of technology ruling our lives and curating the reality we're allowed to perceive. So, that's why I mess around with film photography. Go check out my videos on that if you're interested in what a modern photographer shooting film workflow is like. If you're into that, check it out. But that's pretty much it. Just AOL, just another relic from the past rearing its head before finally going into its death throes.
We need to pour out a Tang
Yeah.
for AOL.
Yeah, pour out some Capri Sun for AOL. Oh my God. But that's it.
Or Yoo-hoo? Yoo-hoo? I haven't had a Yoo-hoo.
Boo-hoo for Yoo-hoo, everybody.
Does Yoo-hoo still Sobe?
Oh, yeah, Sobe. the gecko. Now Gecko is just Geico, and they have a monopoly on it, on insurance, because I'm too lazy to research insurance to find something different.
There's the Emo Limu one.
Yeah, so that's what you get. You just get an animal mascot. You pick your favorite animal, and you got your insurance company for life.
Or you got Flo from Progressive.
Yeah.
And then the one bald guy that I don't know what his name
This
is.
is Farmers.
Yeah.
Bum 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 bum.
Dial up. Play it again.
Dial up. Yeah, let's do it. Let's find it. Oh.
Salute your shorts. That is a different
You
song.
remember this one, guys? Let's find it. Reopen the closed tab. Reopen the closed tab. Okay, everybody, let's pour one out. Pour out a yoo-hoo for dial up. If you remember this, dialing up, getting into the server lobby, trying to find a Age of Empires match to play, trying to play StarCraft Brood Wars, Warcraft 2, Dark Tides, whatever. If you're CSGO, or I guess just Counter-Strike, not CSGO. Holy crap.
It sounds so demonic.
I love it. That's what dreams are made of, guys. So go listen to some Vaporwave. Go pirate the new George Clanton CD. Get ready for Electronicon 2026. Yeah, the world we live in, guys. Simpler times. We've lost track of what to do, how to just be a person in today's world. You know, remember Pillow Pets?
No.
I don't either.
Oh,
but,
I guess I do.
But this is the world we came from, and now here we are today.
I did not have one of those.
So just put on your Snuggie, and forget about Crocs and Labubu's, and forget about K-cups.
Did you guys just see that Weathermatic thing just fall?
The strap fell?
Yeah.
Uh-oh. So we got the NSA listening to us. They know that my vintage camera shelf is here, and they want to get rid of it to remove any evidence of a simpler time when pictures were filmed and dreams were real, and you could be whatever you wanted to be, an astronaut, the president, a lawyer, a doctor. Now we're all just AI slaves. And oh gosh, who thought that AOL would bring out this much in me? Anyway, I don't know if you're still here. Say you've got mail in the chat, and
The best movie.
Puppy Walker, and say hi, Walker.
He was snoring. I got some of it on the microphone.
Oh, good. At least he's not sad. He doesn't remember AOL. But that's it, guys. Thank you so much. Buy pillow pets at madebylopro.com. You can get your own pillow pets. And if you're interested in scanning film, essential film holder, that's clifford.co.uk/LoPresti. Again, scan your own film with your phone or with your digital camera. And this thing, $83 including shipping, clifford.co.uk/LoPresti. Get your essential film holder today. Thank you so much. I'm Nick.
Oh, I'm Sarah.
That's Sarah. This is Walker back here, and we really appreciate you. See you guys on the next one. Peace.
Bye.